the team. I'm so gotta hate him from. It's flick with your beam. I still ride Mercedes funk. It's flick with the season. I'll still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke, pull up, baby, and a spiral. Soprano screaming like to keep it on the road. It's level so real and I know. Sit down, be humble. 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 Sit down.
Hey, sit down and be. Listen, shout out to Visit Go Hard on Twitter. They just posted that, and that shit goes hard, dude. My name's Levi McCurdy, and welcome to episode 86 of the What Are We Doing podcast. This is the What Are We Doing podcast. Drake Bell, yes, that Drake, not the super sexy Canadian rapper slash singer slash R&B artist. Drake Bell has been reported missing in Florida and is in danger to himself. If you see Drake or Josh, please contact the local police in Florida. We have tons of teams of people out there searching. The local police are searching for him. But listen, we know he's had his rough go with the things in the court, but we don't talk about it, okay? He's missing. And he's probably in danger, and we're almost positive Megan had to do something with this. So we're questioning her now, but maybe not. We're not sure yet. So again, if you see Drake Bell, do not run the other way. He needs your help. Thank you. So today is my sister's birthday. As you can see, we're celebrating. Look at the shirt. Look at the glasses. I'm celebrating. Woo! And she's turning 29. So next year, basically, we have like 1 year left. Our entire friend group is turning 30. So, of course, Sandy's now buying all of the girls' beauty products so that their skin doesn't wrinkle. Not Mary Kay, by the way. Store-bought products, okay? We never thought we'd see the day where Sandy Dunkel was buying her makeup from Target, okay? Exclusive, clip it, cut it up, send it out. She's canceled, dude. Call Mary Kay and tell him Sandy Dunkel's buying makeup from Target, okay? We gotta get the record set straight. We'll reach out and see if she's available for comment and why she is no longer providing Mary Kay products to the people of the family. Just kidding. So we're all meeting at the Dairy Queen tonight. And for those of you who don't know, they just released those sweet, sweet, sweet new summer flavors. Okay? We're talking flavors like PBPC, aka peanut butter puppy chow. And for those of you who live under a rock, puppy chow is just this dessert that people make that's delicious. I think it's comprised of cereal and maybe chocolate, maybe powdered sugar, maybe some other stuff. On top of that, caked on, shooken up, usually in a bag, usually real dusty, usually real good. Puppy chow. So they got a peanut butter puppy chow one. They got like a bunch of other ones for the summertime. I don't know them all. There's a photo on the screen probably. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go there tonight. And of course, we got that DL hookup on the down low. If you download the Dairy Queen app, allegedly, according to rumors on the Twitter sphere, you get the Blizzard for 85 cents. Because not enough of you gone to patreon.com/what are we doing. So I have to download the Dairy Queen app to get an 85-cent Blizzard. I can't afford the regular price Blizzard like the average business owner, entrepreneur has multiple jobs and sources of income because not enough of you have gone to the patreon.com/what are we doing because it's only $1. And guess what? I know how much money you make and it's more than $1. So patreon.com/what are we doing? Support a friend, you know what I mean? But in the meantime, I'll be getting 85-cent blizzards on promo, downloading that DQ app. And listen, hey, one other thing. While we're there, I swear to God, I swear, if the 17-year-old kid working behind the counter, if they flip my shit, if they take my blizzard, I'm telling them, hey, I want this blizzard. Don't fucking flip it. If they flip my shit, I'm going to riot. I might punch the kid in the face. I don't know. I haven't decided yet personally, morally, mentally, emotionally, physically. I don't know if I could actually do it. I don't know yet, but I might freak out if someone flips my ice cream. It's ice cream. I'm consuming it. It doesn't need to be flipped. Who's flipping it? Why are you flipping it? Why do they need to prove that it's ice cream? It's Dairy Queen. You've been open since 1984. Okay? You've been like friggin' Abraham Lincoln went to Dairy Queen and got one of the first fucking blizzards. And they flipped it. And he was like, why are you flipping it? And then bam, someone shot him in the back of the head. I'm almost positive that's how it went. I was sleeping almost halfway through social studies and like American history, but I'm almost positive it was either Dairy Queen or Dippin' Dots. Abraham Lincoln shot. It's what I don't know. So we're going there. And I swear, dude, I swear, listen, they already have enough problems. Stop flipping my ice cream because you've got traffic and you got a traffic. There's a line of traffic. I don't know about the Dairy Queen that we're going to tonight, but the one down the street, the traffic is horrendous. The traffic for the drive-through at our Dairy Queen in our crappy little town. That's how you know it's a crappy town, because everyone literally on a Tuesday night is trying to get into the Dairy Queen. All the parking spots are full. The line to get through the drive-through is wrapped around the building and down the street. Dude, backing up other traffic. And then like to even get in, it's away in the thing and you can't even, it's so much. It's Dairy Queen. And for whatever reason, we're going crazy for it. So we're going tonight. And so I'm telling you, man, don't flip it. Don't flip it. Don't do it. Don't flip it. Anyways, happy birthday to my sister as an additional gift. And it's okay. I'll leak it now because by the time this comes out, she won't have watched it. None of my family watches this shit. Like it's fucking, if they don't, they're like, oh, God damn it. It's episode 86. Episode 86. Levi, you're still doing this. You're still sending us the links and telling the same stupid story. You're still doing this 86 fucking weeks later, huh? Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Oh, I listen. Okay. And then I'll bring stuff up deliberately that I talk about and no one has any idea what the fuck I'm talking about because they don't watch. Anyways, so my sister, nonstop, I've secured a shipment of 30 bags, and each of these bags is 5 pounds each. It's a whole pallet. I've secured a shipment of playground bark. You know, like the wood chips that you get like that at the kids' public park, you know, so like the kids don't scratch. It's not concrete. It's a soft, it's a little wood chip things or whatever. For whatever reason, she's always talking about this shit. So I dropped like $2,000 on a pallet of wood chips for my sister's 29th birthday. So that's going to be delivered to her house while we're at Dairy Queen tonight. So that'll be fun. It'll be a fun little surprise. I'll tell her it's coming, and then she'll be on the way home like, no way did my brother, the best brother in the whole fucking world, give me a whole pallet full of wood chips so I can build a playground in my backyard. She's always talking about it, so I figured I might as well help make the dream come true. And so, you know, and some of you might be saying, Levi, you just said you got to download the app because we didn't go to Patreon to get to patreon.com/ what we did. And now you have to get the 85-cent blizzard because you can afford, you know how I can afford the $2,000 of wood chips for my family because I nothing but love for them. And because I'm getting the 85-cent blizzard. Because I pay for the 85-cent blizzard, I'm saving $16, and now I got money to pay for the wood chips. So instead of paying full price, you know, for the blizzards, I got my sister a pallet of wood chips for her backyard jungle gym that she says she's building it for our son, but she's building it for herself probably. So this will be a start to that. And then we just need to get her the rest of the playground equipment. So that'll be fun. And it's her 29th birthday. Next year we'll all be 30. Let's have a rager. Next year we're probably doing something like, I don't know, maybe Vegas. Sandy loves Vegas. Maybe we'll go like, I don't know, to like Disney World. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Listen, here's my stance on Disney World. Megs asked me this the other day and she thought it was a very interesting answer. Oh shit, Post Malone just texted me, dude. Hey, listen. Post Malone just texted me, bro. What are we talking about? I've got multiple messages from Post Malone. We'll talk about it in a minute. But anyways, here's my opinion. Disney World is the same thing for Hershey Park. This whole like Disney magic that like people are on the commercials like, I'm here, I feel the magic, I feel it. That's why I love Disney World, because I come here and I feel the magic. I don't know what that means. I don't really understand exactly what that means, and so I don't really get it. Now, I went to Disney World once. It was a senior class trip. I was bullied the whole time, so I was miserable. I didn't really ride any rides, didn't really do anything. We saw a Flow Rida concert. I went to Disney World. It was senior week. It was closed just for us high school kids or whatever. I rode a few rides. The other kids bullied me. We saw a Flow Rider concert. The other kids put me in a boxing match I didn't want to do. Told the story 100 times. We rode some roller coasters. We ate a bunch of food. Like, it was okay. I bought like a couple stuffies. Like, it was whatever. Like, I got punched in the face. It's whatever. It was fun. So listen, Disney World for me, like, I didn't really see the magic there that time. I did magic a couple times, but other than that, that was it. It wasn't a blast, but whatever. So, but for me, like, we're going to go. We haven't gone as adults, but we're going to go one time. And if you know what, we go and we feel it and it's like something that you have to just go and experience as an adult to do, so be it. But it's my understanding that the people who like experience the magic and have the season passes and go like once a week, multiple times a week, however many times a year, they're mainly psychotic. And the rest of us are just kind of there to maybe experience it one time. Like Megs is like, wait, don't you want to go to Mario and like Harry Potter and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I do. We're going to go and we're going to spend like, 3, 4, whatever the pass is at the park. And then we're going to experience the Mario world. We're going to experience the Harry Potter world, the Jurassic Park. And then we're going to ride some other rides. We're going to eat some food. We're going to drink some drinks. We're going to buy a couple souvenirs, and then we're out. That's the experience. I'm going to get the Fast Pass thing. I'm going to get the Mario bracelet thing. I don't know. I'm going to buy the wand. I'm going to spend too much money, and then I'm going to do that one time, and that's it. And we're going to come home and say, oh my God, I spent so much money, but guess what? We had so much fun, and that was it. And then we're not going to do it again for another, 20 or 30 years when we can go with our son, when we know that he'll have the same one-time fun experience that we will. And then if in that case, we're financially well off, we can afford it, he wants to become a Disney kid, adult, whatever, he wants a season pass because it'd be fun, I don't know, whatever the situation may be, sure. If he's like, oh my God, I love it, then cool, I'll do it for him because he's my son. Doesn't matter how old he is. If it's what he wants in his life, that's what he'll get. But something tells me he's going to have the brain of his father. And he's going to say, wow, Dad, there's Mario. Wow, Dad, hi, Harry Potter. Wow, Dad, there's Jurassic Park. Hi, dinosaur. What noise does a dinosaur make? Rah. And that's going to be it for him too. And then we're going to leave. And then we're going to be right back to McDonald's chicken nuggets and French fries. You know what I mean? So hopefully that's the case. And if at any point in the story I am persuaded otherwise, I will be 100% ready to come back here on this podcast and tell you guys that, hey, my life has changed. Here we are now. I'm a Disney person. I have a season pass. Look at my bracelet. Look at my pins. Look at my souvenirs. Look at all the stuffies I have. Look at all the things I bought. Look at my shirts. I got a sweatshirt. I got a hat. I got another bracelet. I got a Disney Pure Vita collaboration bracelet. They just opened a mini shop in the thing. I got the new thing. I got the other thing. I got a gift card to the Disney store. My son got a Buzz Lightyear costume. We got him a Buzz Lightyear action figure. He got to meet Buzz Lightyear. I bought the picture of my son and Buzz Lightyear. I bought my picture of the breakfast with Minnie and Mickey. We ate waffles with him. It was a blast. He met Moana. He met the princess. We met Goofy. We said, "Brew, Andy's coming." We dropped to the ground, not because Andy was coming, but because he just is autistic and he drops to the ground a lot. And like, that's what he does, like just when he's overwhelmed. And most of the times it's in the middle of a parking lot or like a busy traffic area. So we have to form a barricade around him so like people don't hit him or like understand what's going on, because they're like, "Oh my God, what a weird kid." And I'm like, it's fine. He's autistic. Like, he's pretty much more normal than you are, because like, I mean, let's be honest, you're wearing fucking Mickey Mouse pajama pants that probably cost $3 from Walmart to the grocery store. So you're judging my son for having a meltdown because of this is society that you and everyone else, like dead ass, no one is home, knock knock, who's there, Joe Biden and the rest of the government and everyone else who built it and everyone else who's involved, for him to be in. You know what I mean? I don't know where I was going, but we're going to Disney World eventually. You know, so one time's good. One time's good, and I think we should really just go one time and never go again. Because here's the thing. I've heard inside stories that like parking $70. I heard that parking is $70 at Disney World. Hey, why does it cost $70 just to park there? I mean, I get it. Most people are like on the trolley and get, driven in by the hotel or whatever accommodations they have while they're staying in Florida. And like, you don't have to park. But like, I don't know. I probably would have parked. But now that I know that it's $70 just to park at Disneyland, I mean, what's Hershey charging for parking now? Like $20 or $30 probably? I gotta be at least $20 or $30 at Hershey Park to park. And they're rebuilding stuff all the time. I think they're redoing Hershey Chocolate World. That's going to be all new, like coming soon. They just added a brand new thing. They just added another roller coaster. They just announced they're rebuilding the other thing and this thing and that thing. Like, they own half the town. Every building has to be the same color because they own the property. Like, all of the hospital, all the stuff. It's insane to me. It's a monopoly. They own the whole town. It's a discussion for another day. But like, that shit's like too expensive for me. Like, a family of 4 isn't getting into Disney World for less than $1,500. You check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure, Disney World family of 4, parking plus the passes plus express, $1,500 almost. So, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit, we'll see. We'll go eventually, maybe one day. If the boy really wants to go, we'll go when he's old enough and we can do that kind of stuff. So that's fun. So if you live under a rock, Dana White is Joe Rogan's less successful second cousin, even though like he kind of employs Joe. Joe works for him, but Joe's makes more money. It's weird. They're like intertwined. It's fine. They're family, somehow related. I don't know. But Dana White, the president, CEO of the UFC. And dude, hey, speaking of the UFC, this news is huge. Huge news. Huge. Sorry. Worst Donald Trump impression ever. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe in the top 20. I don't know. But Vince McMahon and Dana White have merged the UFC and the WWE, forming a new, yet-to-be-named company. Wow. So the UFC is taking ownership here. They're owning 51%, while the WWE will own 49% of the conglomerate. And like never in a million years did I think anyone expect Vince McMahon to sell the WWE in this fashion. I mean, he's still involved. He's still the CEO. He walked away. Vince McMahon, like last year, walked away. His wife took over. Then he came back, I think, in January. And now, since he came back in January, he's been talking about pretty much trying to find an exit / buyer / maybe something to do with a deal like this. So basically, what a power slap by Dana White and the parent company Endeavor. Endeavor is the parent company. Here's a little bit from the press release. Vince McMahon said, "Together we will be a $21 billion live sports and entertainment powerhouse with a collective fan base of more than 1 billion people. And an exciting growth opportunity," McMahon said. The new company will be well positioned to maximize the value of our combined media rights, enhance sponsorship monetization, develop new forms of content, and pursue the strategic mergers and acquisitions to further bolster our strong stable of brands. Well, also said on Monday, he was overjoyed with the merger, adding, "Vince is a savage in the wrestling space. Ari is a beast at what he does." And then add what we do here at the UFC to the table. There is no limit to what this company can accomplish in the next few years. The move comes following a rocky year for McMahon, who retired from the WWE CEO last July, only to come back in January. We said this. At the time of his return, he revealed he would explore opportunities, just said that. And the newly found organization just does not have a name yet. So shout out to Endeavor, the parent company, owner of the UFC, now the WWE. Wow. So $21 billion, huh? So, all right. So let's rewind. Let's rewind back to New Year's Eve. Dana White's in a club dancing, little bit of Astronaut in the Ocean, little bit of like the latest Drake track, maybe that Sit Down, that Humble by Kendrick Lamar that we open with, you know what I mean? He's in the club, having a good time, buying the bottle service, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Am I right? Okay. One shot of vodka led to another, and some words were exchanged between Dana White and his wife, and he smacked the ever-living shit out of her. So now, and of course, like immediately after, someone, of course, was filming the whole incident. It went viral. TMZ did their thing, whatever. Of course. Media circuit. He gets on the UFC podium like, "Hey guys, what's up? Just so you know, I'm aware of the events that happened. I was drunk. She was drunk. We smacked each other. She smacked me. I smacked her. I will not be punished for this. I will not be canceled. I will not be stepping down as CEO. It's business as usual here at the UFC. I won't be taking any further questions. So fuck you. I don't deserve any punishment here. Fuck you. And, I wouldn't do it possibly again." So that was his response in a nutshell. End of story. So now, after, with the second loudest slap in the world, Dana White decides to capitalize on the whole thing. Okay, and this is just how business and entrepreneur brains work. This is how my brain works, right? I'm literally walking through the grocery store with my family. My son's in the car. We're having a good time. We're getting the cereal, whatever. Boop, idea pops in the head. I don't even have my phone on me. So I grab Meg's phone and I'm texting my business partner and saying, "Hey, this is the idea I have. I want to do this for a podcast. We're going to do this. It's going to be automated. Do this, and do that." Boom, bam, done. Make it happen. And like the next day, we're like implementing it into business, getting paid for it, invoices left and right. It's fine. It's how our brains work. So even in the grocery store, even after smacking the shit out of his wife, Dana White says, "Wait a minute. How do I make money on people smacking the shit out of other people?" And so now is born the Slap League. And so this is a real thing created by Dana White. And listen, the game is simple. It's a very simple game. If you haven't seen clips that are all over TikTok and social media and everything else, if you haven't seen this sport in action yet, let me just break down a picture for you of what actually happens. So every round, every game, it's very simple to understand. I'm going to break it down right here. There's a striker versus a defender. So two people come up and they'll basically, one will be the striker, one will be the defender. Now, one of you slaps, the other gets slapped. That's the striker, that's the defender. You're either slapping or you're receiving. Okay? You're either a top or you're a bottom. Okay? You're either a striker or a defender. Okay? And how do they decide this, you ask? They flip a Bitcoin. I now have two, by the way. Where's my other one? Look at this. I now have 2 Bitcoin. I don't know how I'm going to spend these, but I mean, they're real. You can hear it there. They're definitely real. I have 2 Bitcoin. I think these are worth like collectively like almost 40 grand. I'm going to go see if I can buy a Tesla. Like if I go to there's a Tesla dealership now that we have down the street, and I'm going to see if they'll take these as like pretty much, I don't know, like half of a Tesla. Then maybe I'll just do like $100 a month in payments to do the rest, because it'll be like cheap. Because I mean, look, like what's the price of Bitcoin? Like, so these are worth pretty much, so they flip a Bitcoin, they'll go like this and they'll do that. And then bam, it's tails. You know what I mean? And then that means you're the striker, you're the defender. So then once they figure out who goes first, they just smack the shit out of each other. They stand there, they take their hand, and they just, boom, as hard as they can. As hard as they can, they just smack the shit out of each other. We'll have footage here in a moment. We're finding it's coming up. The footage is coming. So then, once they're done smacking the shit out of each other, and then like they also have slow-mo footage. So every time someone gets smacked, they show a slow-mo of it. With like a fucking like, probably like a 240p or whatever, crazy max camera, whatever. And it's just like their entire bone structure shifting as they get smacked. And it's fantastic to watch. It's one of the most entertaining, probably one of the most sexiest sports I've ever seen. So they smack the shit out of each other. And like then the slow motion footage, it's incredible. I couldn't think of a more American sport. Like, Americans could not have created a more sport for America only. Like the other countries, yeah, obviously because of the virality, they'll knock it off. Like there's going to be a Japan and a Europe and a Russia and a Ukraine, maybe not so soon, China, whatever, Taiwan Slap League, of course, because of the virality, and they'll want to monetize on it as well, just like the Americans. But like they're not taking it seriously as we are. You know what I mean? So this sport, I mean, dare I say, I think there's talks of them adding this to the Olympics. Like every country will come with their best slapper. Like America, we'll send Slap Jesus. Like Slap Jesus will lead the American slap team. And by God, Slap Jesus exists. Slap Jesus is a real person. Slap Jesus is not a bit. I'm not creating this. I didn't pull it out of my head. He's a real man with a real name, and that's his name. We'll get to Slap Jesus in a moment. So, how does the game work? Once you're in, 2 things can happen. 1, your ass is in the grass. This other opponent smacks the ever-living shit out of you, and you fall directly to the ground, which happens about, I don't know, 50 to 60%. 50 to 60% of the time they fall, 50 to 60% of the time they're kind of okay, they're standing up. And then so if you do fall, you have 10 seconds to get back up and say you're okay. If you fall and you're not back up in 10 seconds, you're out. Like the other guy won the round, That's considered a knockout. They won't let you continue for that round. Maybe you play again. I don't know all the rules. So he's out. You have 10 seconds to get up. Now, if these bitches ain't slapping right, okay, this shit could go on for like 3 to 5 rounds. Like if they're just doing like little slaps and like little buddy doesn't fall over and like a little slap and then they don't fall over, they go like 3 to 5 rounds. And then the winner is based on who did the best slap, who made the best impact. They review the slow-mo footage based on points. There's a whole system. It's just like the UFC scoring system, like based on contact and, form and how they took it and like the whole thing. And then they figure out who wins. Basically, whoever's making them the most money at the time, they'll determine who is the winner. And so we'll look at the slow-mo footage one more time. And then whoever wins, wins. Now, who can apply? Hey, anyone can apply. Anyone can apply. You over there, and you over there. You can apply. We all can apply. You don't have to have big muscles. Half of these guys are like 35, 40-year-old dads, okay? You don't have to be the best of the best to apply for the Slap League. Now, all you have to do is send in a video of you smacking the shit out of somebody, and then just your background information, why you should join the league, why you should be, here, and blah, blah, blah. And then you go and you make a name for yourself. And if you smack the shit out of enough people, you'll probably get sponsored deals. You'll probably get compensation. You'll probably get more money. You'll probably get signed somewhere. Dana White might sign you. Dana White might put you in the WWE now. He's got the power to do that. If you slap the shit out of enough people in Dana White's Slap League, you might get like a spot in the WWE. Like if you do so good in the Slap League, you might just come into the next, WWE cage fight against Logan Paul and just smack the shit out of him. Like take a Prime bottle and smack him with it. You know what I mean? Because he deserves it. I'm kind of. So now, like I said, anyone can apply. But in order to start like getting traction and like, getting people to like care about it and like get some big names involved, obviously Dana and his friends had to drop a significant bag on some like sponsored players. And so, like when you hear these names of some of these pro slappers, like you're not going to believe me. Like, you're going to think it's a bit, like, no way could they afford. Now, obviously, now we know the UFC and the WWE, they're $21 billion companies. So Dana White now has access to $21 billion, essentially. Not really, but essentially. So he could technically sign anybody. So when you hear these names, you're going to be like, whoa, what the hell? That's crazy. They got him. Like, holy crap. Okay, so we have first up, former college basketball player Alex Asbury, terrifying. The powerful Devin Schwann, even more terrifying. And the award-winning power lifter John Davis. Okay, like what are we looking at here? That's like at least what? $450 million worth of contracts just for like those 3 individuals alone, like for 1 year. Like we're looking at like, we're looking like $500 million. We're going to like $500 million just for those names right there. There's some other big names that they obviously haven't revealed or mentioned yet, but more coming soon. So it's pretty crazy what we're doing at the Slap League. Now, skeptics are saying that it's violent. The sport is too violent to air on TV and for people to watch. And like, oh my gosh, he's getting hurt. Like, is he going to be okay? Like brain damage. He's going to break his neck. He's going to be paralyzed. Like, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? And like, so we're not entirely sure. But they're saying that the slapping is violent. Now, I need to apologize for a moment because I feel like I failed you and you haven't seen the clip of the man fighting in the UFC on a public forum where he literally like snaps his leg in half in the wrong direction, I can't continue talking about it because now my whole body hurts. But people slapping each other is way too much. So let's get a look. Let's get a look at the slaps, dude. And I'll just tell you, some of these, like, brace yourselves, but like some of these are, it's pretty crazy. So here's some of the slaps happening at the slap league, dude.
Alexandra Ioha se focusează către partea aceea care trebuie să o domine. Oh la la, te invidiez.
Bam. Dude. That's a solid like 7 out of 10, right? Solid 7 out of 10. Boom, slow-mo. What'd I tell you about the slow-mo camera? Dude, Dana White's a genius. Okay, now this chippy's gonna go. Okay, so now the other girl's gonna go. She didn't knock her over. She had 10 seconds to say she's okay. Now Tattoos is gonna go. Look at the bruises. She's been smacked. Boom. Wow, dude. It's a little odd. Like, it's a little odd. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate what we just watched, and it's amazing, and I'm a fan. I'm going to continue watching. I may or may not have bought tickets for us to fly to go to watch the next match at that place that they were just at in Vegas. It's fun. But what I thought, when I heard Dana White started a slap league, I thought, like, Dana White, UFC, slap league, like, I envisioned... Here's what I envision. I envision like two guys just standing there in like the octagon, maybe with like a table in the middle, and then like they either had something, their hands behind their back or in front, but like they couldn't move their arms if they were getting slapped or something. If they were doing the slapping, obviously they needed the full function. But if the other person getting slapped needs to like hold on to something so they don't move or like don't defend themselves in a knee-jerk reaction, and like then like they would slap and it would be dudes and like we would see like their whole face, or like they would get smacked in the face and then just they would judge or like do something. But I wasn't expecting this. And so I just think maybe that's it's a treat. It's a treat to mankind that Dana White has done for us. So thank you, Dana White, for giving us I didn't know it was the Booty Slap League. I thought it was, honestly, I was expecting grown men with beards smacking the shit out of each other. I didn't know I didn't know that this was Slap Jesus. I thought Slap Jesus was like a skin, like 2 degrees off from the QAnon shaman. I thought Slap Jesus was like, you know, related to that guy. But apparently this is the identity of Slap Jesus has been revealed as one of these females. So, good for them. Good for them. Good for them. It's a joke. Obviously, it's a joke. Dude, look at... So here's some actual Slap League footage. And like, dude, look at them practicing. This is serious, by the way. This is real footage. This is them at like Dana White's gym, at like a camp, at like a sponsored thing. They're getting filmed. It's on TV. Like, this is legit shit. These people are in the gym doing slapping exercises. They're just doing this all day for 8 hours at the UFC fucking gym. Like, this is what my sister-in-law does when she goes to the UFC gym and at the Lancaster in the mall place. This is what she does. She tells us she goes to the UFC gym to work on like kickboxing and like her arms and her muscles and shit. But really what she's probably doing is practicing for the Slap League. I think you may or may not see one of my relatives on the Slap League here soon. I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible. It's possible, dude. But look at them work. I mean, this shit is ridiculous. So, dude, we're streaming, man. We're still streaming. We're having a blast. We're on Twitch. It's crazy. Twitch.tv/WADPod. Twitch.tv/WADPod. WAWDPOD. And dude, we're having a blast. I just mentioned Christina. She's in the chat with us now. So we've got like the notification squads growing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 5. We got like 5 solid people who are down with the stream every single day, Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5:30. And it's crazy that we're getting better. Like, the stream's getting better, the quality's better, the gameplay's better. I'm getting better. Like, I just PB'd at Mario. Our best time, we got like, I think like 57 stars in like an hour and a half. I don't know. We're going to beat that Monday because I spent like 30 minutes on 1 star and the 1 level is just like practice. It's fine. But we're going to get some rainbows in Monday stream. So if like you're seeing this now and you're like, man, oh, that's crazy. I didn't know you did that. Follow, hit notifications, hit the stream, hit the chat, make it happen, support the channel. We're doing it, dude. And so, man, it's just like, but honestly, hands down, Super Mario 64, hands down, has to be one of the greatest games of all time. Like, you can fight me on it. Like, what are we talking? What other games do you think are better? Now, like, some people probably would argue that, like, the Zeldas of the world are better, but let's be honest. Which came first? I'm going to figure out which came first, and if I'm right on this one, it was Mario, and maybe Zelda's mechanics were based on that. I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt for argument's sake, because there's no one here to argue with me, and I'm always right. So, it's one of the best games. It's in the top games. We'll put Zelda and Mario in the top games of all time. It's fine. But other than that, what are you going to argue against? Oh, Halo, Call of Duty, and Fortnite are better than Super Mario 64. F out of here. I would find an army bigger. I would find an army bigger than the freaking amount of people that are on Ninja's stream watching him play Fortnite that would argue that Super Mario 64 is a better game. Fight me. Let's go. Not physically, but in the comments. I'll respond to them and I'll take you down and I'll win in the comments because I respond to everyone. And honestly, hey, clips blowing up. All right? Responding to all the comments. You didn't think I would, but guess what? I did. So I did it. I'll do it again this week. So, I mean, like Mario 64, man, me and that game have history, you know? A solid history with that game. Like most of you guys, like I was young. I was like, like 5, 6, 7 years old at the time. It was Christmas. The box was under the tree. The controllers, the game boxes were under the tree. I mean, I was ready to go to Blockbuster or California Video or whatever video rental store was there at the time to get the games for my brand new Nintendo 64. And man, was it a blast. I was playing Diddy Kong Racing 1 week. I was playing Super Mario the next week. I was playing 007 GoldenEye the next week. I was playing this game the next week. So then my family, my mom, my dad finally had enough money to get me some games myself so we could stop renting them because my dad realized pretty early on renting them costs more than buying them. So dad buckled down and bought a couple for my birthday. One of the nicest things he's ever done. And so I play nonstop. Mario 007, Mario 007, nonstop. Then I would have to go to karate, okay? I would have to go to karate at age 5. Now, for those of you who don't know, you have to be 6 to sign up for karate. And I was 5 because my dad didn't want to admit that at 5 years old, I probably had a little bit of ADHD, probably had a little bit of other things going on neurologically. And his solution was get him out of the house, get him outside, get him in the woods, get him in the grass, get him a play set, let him run around, get him in the pool, tire him out, put him in bed. Tire him out, put him in bed. That was his parenting philosophy. So in order to continue that and in order to keep me stimulated, we went from sock, t-ball. I couldn't hit the ball. It was t-ball. I couldn't hit the ball. It was still. I literally could not hit the ball on the tee. They took me out after the first practice. They signed me up for basketball. I took my own personal mini Bugs Life themed basketball to basketball camp. All the other kids made fun of me, and it was pretty much a disaster. They took me out day 2. Then I did wrestling. They took me out of that day 3. Wasn't for me. Then we got to soccer. That lasted a couple seasons because my sister did it with me. It was fun. They got participation trophies. I got so many participation trophies in my soccer career. You would not believe it. Every single member of the team got a trophy, and every single team got the same trophy. Whether you won, whether I lost, whether I just sat there all season because they benched me because I wasn't that great, even though my father was the coach, I still got a trophy. And that's why our society is the way it is. You know what I mean? We're banning, like states are now banning, literally states are banning participation trophies. And I mean, like if you don't place in the state, maybe it's like Minnesota, I don't know, look it up, it'll be on the screen. Whatever state it is, in the state of Minnesota, they're saying like if you get a trophy, it's because you earned it. If you're not getting any more listen, when I was in the Bobcat Swim Club, our ribbons went all the way up to like 13th place. And there was only 6 lanes. There was only 6 lanes. Only 6 people could swim at a time. And somehow I ended up in 13th place sometimes because I wasn't feeling like swimming that day. Now, other days, I bust my ass and I swim real fast and I get fucking first place, blue ribbon, blue ribbon. My sister will claim I got nothing but the reds and yellow ribbons and she got all the blues. It's fine. Sandy Dunkel still has them in her basement. So listen, so I would go to karate. Of course. And of course, at the age of 5, my dad had to sign me up. They don't have auditions back in like 1999. So I had to go to a guy's garage. So my family sent me, little 5-year-old, into the sensei's garage. And they said, hey, you got to like kick some stuff and you got to punch some bags and you got to do real good. Because they can't sign you up for karate unless you're 6 because those are the rules. And so in order to break those rules, we got to take you to the sensei's house. So my parents put me in the garage alone with the sensei, and he may or may not have had to touch me in order to show me how to do the kicks and move my legs and do this and do that. And like, you know, he like helped me on my karate moves. And so it was fun. And then like 20 minutes later, my parents came in and the sensei was like, yep, he's good to go. And so they signed me up. And so with that, I was a year ahead of everyone else. And I was on track to being the youngest black belt in central Pennsylvania, maybe the East Coast, maybe the entire country, potentially the entire world. I would have given Japan a run for their money. I'm just saying. But my parents got a divorce and I had to pull out. So, and after that, my mom signed me up for tap and ballet lessons. So after that, you can imagine how the rest of my life went. But anyways, back to Mario 64. So I go to karate and I'd have to stop playing, dude. They would stop making me play the game to, you know, go to school, eat dinner, do whatever. And then I'd be right back at it. And so one day I'm playing the game and, you know, I had one goal. I had one goal today was to beat the game. And I played and I played and I played and I played. And I got 69 stars. I got all the way up to 69 stars, okay? This is a serious moment. There's no room for jokes. And unfortunately, I had one goal. And so I defeated the Bomb King. I raced the turtle up the hill. I got the cap. I flew around the castle. I got the key. I got the other key. I did the lava joint. I did the sand castle. I built a sand castle. I got the metal cap. I hit the thing. I defeated the worm. I got the island. I got the Snow King. I defeated the snowman. I defeated the bullies. I defeated the ice bully. I caught the rabbit. I did that twice. I talked to a bunch of mushrooms. I put in every ounce of work that you need to put in as a 6-year-old playing Super Mario 64. I got 69 stars, and there's no room for jokes because I tell you not. When I get to the final Bowser's, I got 69 stars, and I go up to the Bowser thing, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be enough. And they're like, you need 70 stars to enter the store and beat Bowser and win the game. And I'm like, okay, one more star. Here we go. Then my mom says, it's time to go to karate lessons today. So I turn the game off. I save it. I turn it off. I go to karate lessons. Killing it. Yeah. Put ha, wow. Killing it, karate chopping bitches left and right. And I come home and I'll never forget the day. I'll never forget the day, bro. I spent weeks. I'd throw the stupid turtle, the dinosaur, whatever Bowser is. I'd throw him at the bombs and throw him at the bombs and try to get it done. And I never succeeded. I never beat it. The day was April 29th, 1999. I'm in the pipe. I've got 3 throws left. The clock strikes 5:30 p.m. It's time to go to karate practice. I get in the car and I'm on my way to earn my sweet, sweet black belt. I need 3 more stripes. Today I'm getting 1 stripe. That means I only need 2 more stripes, and I'm the youngest black belt in America. Karate practice is over. I'm ecstatic. I get my stripes. I'm so we get some ice cream afterwards. We go. My mom picks me up. We get the ice cream. It's a blast. It's a celebration. I got a new stripe. I'm a brown belt. I'm having a great time. It's 8 p.m. I get home later that evening. When I get home, my father, chubby, jolly motherfucker he is standing there at the door with the biggest grin on his face. He picks me up, the only time he's ever shown me love and affection, and he says, I have a surprise for you. And I'm like, holy shit, the day couldn't get any better. I just got a new stripe on my belt. My dad's loving me. I got ice cream. What could the news be, Jeff? I walked into my room and discovered that while I was at karate practice, my father himself had walked into my room alone. You know, my mom was doing whatever. I was at karate practice. He walked into my room and sat down on my beanbag chair. A real one, by the way. Not one of these pussy beanbags you can buy today at Walmart. Listen, you can't buy a real beanbag anymore, and that's what's wrong with this goddamn country. You can't buy a real beanbag, and if you want one, it's like $300 to $400. If you want the bean bags that me and my sister and family were chilling on in the back of the car at the drive-in theater, harsh drive-in theaters as kids with the beanbag chairs, putting them on the floor in the log cabin and jumping off the balcony in the beanbag chairs, sitting on the beanbag chairs, playing Nintendo 64 for hours in my room. Those beanbag chairs I've searched for, and they don't exist anymore. The only beanbag chairs you can get are the silly ones from Walmart for $20 and freaking a love sack for $3,000 that's floofy, and you sink into it, and all you want to do is either like fall asleep or like, you know, make out with someone in one. So they're super comfy. So you should get a love sack, but all I'm saying is you can't get those beanbag chairs anymore. You used to be able to go and get one. I mean, I had 2 or 3 or 4 of them. They would pop. As soon as you slip on it wrong, it pops open and all the beans fall out because the manufacturers weren't smart enough to put the beans in another bag inside of the fabric and it would break. And so then we just have to get a new one. Parents, I went through 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 beanbags. I think even when I was maybe after the divorce, the second house, in the second house, I think I had those like silver. Did I have a silver and gold beanbag chair when I was even a teenager? Like they recently fell off the planet. Like people stopped somehow for some reason buying beanbag chairs, and that caused the market to just, I guess, tank. I don't know. But if anyone can find me a retro, real awesome like beanbag chair that's not, however many dollars, then we'll figure it out and I'll pay you whatever needs to be paid. So we'll do that. My father sat down in my beanbag chair, and as he's telling me this, he's so happy. He's so happy to tell me this news. He sat down in my beanbag chair, got 1 more star in the game, got through the Bowser level, and then it proceeded to throw Bowser into the bomb. Not 1 time, not 2, not 3 times. He threw Bowser 3 times, long jump to the middle of the level, talked to Bowser, got a big star, and he flew his happy ass around the level, around the castle, and his little wings fluttered him down, and he landed on the bridge outside the castle where the whole thing started, and his toad friends that he met along the way who gave him stars baked him Peach finally made him the cake. He finally got the cake. He literally, the whole journey, the letter to Mario said, "Dear Mario, I've baked a cake for you. Stop by the castle. Come and get it. Yours truly, Princess Peach." That's the letter. That's why he was there. Homeboy got wrapped up in like a rescue mission that almost cost him his life multiple times over, hopping in and out of lava, quicksand, rabbits, turtles, friggin' spikes, Freaking things that'll kill you, things that'll blow you off a level, an owl that'll drop you off a tower, like insane feats just to get a cake. But my dad did it. My dad did it. My dad did it. He sat down in that beanbag chair while I was at karate practice and he beat the game for me. And now my save file has 70 stars and a completed game on it. And I'll tell you what, friends, I didn't play Super Mario 64 until about 20 years later. I didn't pick up that game again. He destroyed my psyche. My Mario 64 moment was gone. And I couldn't do it anymore. Listen, Post Malone's making waves. First of all, like I said in the beginning of the episode, he just texts me, dude. Post Malone just texts me. And so that's just a thing we do now. And so, new music dropped today. If you haven't heard the new Post Malone song, this is kind of what it sounds like here. I'll only play it for a second because I'll get copyright flagged and they'll take all my money away. So, Post Malone's new song, check that out. He just texted me about it. He also, yesterday, I didn't get the invite. Apparently, I must have missed it in the mail. But he opened his own Raising Cane's out in Utah. He got his own Raising Cane's, custom job, Post Malone Raising Cane's. The man had the painting. The building was painted pink. His face is painted in black on the side of it. He's got his pickup truck in an all-pink parking spot out front. He's got guitars on display. He's got his outfits on display. He's got his own items on the menu. He designed the whole thing. Look how happy this man is. He has his own Raising Cane's. So now, pretty much the plan is, Megs and I, we have almost a 2-week, maybe 2.5-week vacation coming up. And I think what we're going to try to do is do most of the vacation, but to start it off or maybe to end it on a note, we're probably, instead of flying directly to Mexico, we're probably going to fly to Utah for about 24 to 48 hours, hang out with Posty at Raising Cane's for like 10, 20 minutes, experience it for another 10, 20 minutes, and then from Utah fly to Mexico. I think it's a worthy stop in our 2-week trip. You know what I mean? So I think we could sacrifice 24 to 48 hours for Post Malone. So speaking of which, Raising Cane's, Post Malone, make it happen. Go there, buy it, invest in it, give them money, tip the people $1,000, do whatever you got to do to support the restaurant. And then while you're there, also buy some concert tickets, maybe buy some merch. I'm sure they have it available. I'm sure there's merch available. I'm buying it. I won't buy shit from Disney World, but I'll buy Post Malone merch all day. We are Post Malone stans in this family, baby, and we support Post Malone. So that's dope. A dope update. He's got a single out, which means he's probably got an album out, which probably means he's touring soon. Okay, we've gave him the off time. He's done daddy duty. His daughter's raised now, just a little bit probably. And I think she's going on one. She's going on one, maybe 2 now. I don't think we know her name yet either. But so his daughter's a little raised now. They're probably in a good spot. He's making music again. He's going to be touring again. You better believe as soon as that new leg of the tour comes, we didn't make it last time. I thought he was going to do a new leg. All the dates around us were like weekdays and like that. We couldn't make it work with the kid and everything else going on. We couldn't make it work. So we're here. We're having a good time. And hopefully we'll see Post Malone soon. Now, to wrap this episode, we just have one more thing that we need to apologize for. We are sorry to the parents who could not afford the #1 summer concert tickets. And maybe not even just the parents, but maybe the people like my sisters who couldn't even get into Ticketmaster to buy the tickets. They're now a part of a class action lawsuit. Thanks, everybody at Ticketmaster. So they didn't get to go. But I mean, look at this shit. Look at the video, look at the screen, look at the people, look at the production, like the captions there. And shout out to the Life Shift Pod and Matt. Shout out to Matt over at the Life Shift Pod. But Taylor Swift knows what she's doing. Like, hey man, I know how it works. Taylor Swift doesn't roll into any town with no less than 20 full-size 18-wheeler tractor trailers. Like, that's how big the stage is. She takes her own everywhere she goes. This stage gets torn down and packed up into 20 tractor trailers. Every show, every stage, every place she goes, she has them with them. And that's just the stage. That's just the stage and all the equipment they need to make it happen. We're talking about a production team of about, I don't know, hundreds of people. What are we talking about? It's not just one person. But what I'm about to say is, it's just one person. Taylor Swift's just down there by herself, having a grand old time. It's not a band. It's not a bunch of like 5 or 6 Korean kids. It's not a duo. It's just Taylor Swift singing 3 long hours of her music. 3 hours of everything that she has re-recorded that Scooter Braun didn't steal from her. 3 long hours. Listen, if I go to a Taylor Swift concert, even if it's a Post Malone concert, I'm sorry, but if it's 3 hours long, I'm going to need at least 2 to 3 smoke breaks, 2 to 3 bathroom breaks, 2 to 3 drink breaks, 2 to 3 snack breaks, and like a dinner. 3 hours? That's not including the openers, I don't think. I think the openers are another maybe hour, 90 minutes. So like it's an all-day affair. But hey, it's $1 billion concert ticket. So of course, what do you think? You think Taylor Swift was rolling into town with nothing less than 18 tractor trailers? Guess again. It's probably double that. And that's just the stage and the microphones. Shout out to DPA mics. If you know, you know. So listen, for the parents that couldn't afford that hot ass summer ticket, we got the next best thing, baby. Okay. We got the Sam Smith tickets, and guess who started his tour? We got a preview of the Sam Smith show, and I'm pretty excited. So here's the Sam Smith show. And if it's anything like the Taylor Swift, okay. All right. Well, that's the Sam Smith concert. And, okay. All right. Here's the thing. I'm getting my thoughts together. Here they come. Okay. Here's my thoughts. Oh, wait. There's a costume change before I submit my final thoughts. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, I've got my final thoughts. Here's the thing. Could you imagine, just imagine for a second, could you imagine if I tell Megs, hey, last minute, I know I said we couldn't go. I got you front row tickets to the Post Malone concert. She's ecstatic. Babe, you want to go front row right now? Yes or yes? She says, yeah, we go. We get like a hotel room in Harrisburg for the night because it's in Hershey, so we don't have to drive back the whole way drunk. You know what I mean? It's fine. And so, like, we're there. We're getting a hotel room for the night. We're front row at the concert. We're eating beforehand. We're having a good time. We're drinking. We're partying. We're doing our thing. We get there. We're front row. We can smell Post Malone before he comes on the stage. And like, dude, we're ready. We got drinks. There's people beside us. We're taking selfies. They're having a blast. There's a DJ on stage. I'm saying how I'm a better DJ than he is. And like Sway Lee comes out and he's like, hey, Sway Lee, like Black Beetle, bitch. You know what I mean? And then like the lights go out. And then a voice comes over the microphone that's like nowhere near the peak of mine. And it's like, ladies and gentlemen, Post Malone. And then poof, Post Malone pops out and he's wearing nothing but a Speedo and nipple clamps. Now, I would imagine Megs would probably be into it. She would somehow figure out a way to find it sexy and be so into it and watch the entire concert. I myself would probably need to do massive amounts of drugs and drink massive amounts of alcohol to sit through it. I'm sorry, Post Malone, I love you, but not dressed like Sam Smith. So shout out to the mom who took her 10-year-old son to see Sam Smith last weekend. And that's what you experienced, dude. I mean, can we think about it for a moment? because there were definitely parents who took their 10, 11, 12 teenage children, because that's what they do to go to Harry Styles. That's what they do to see the Beep. That's what they do to see everybody. The parents like to go with the young kids just to supervise, do whatever. The parents who took their children to see Sam Smith this weekend were not prepared for what they saw. Like, they would have rathered gone to see Lil Nas X or, like, you know, literally anybody else. Oh shit, we got an update, ladies and gentlemen. Drake Bell has now been found. He has shared a social media update since he's been found, confirmed he is safe, and initially being reported as a missing and endangered by the Florida police. Drake Bell has been found. He tweeted out earlier yesterday and said, "You leave your phone in the car and don't answer it for the night," and this happens. So thank God we found Drake Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name is Levi McCurdy. I hope you enjoyed episode 86. If you haven't done so already, check us out on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/WODPod. We're playing games and chilling over there. And other than that, we're having a great time. YouTube.com/What Are We Doing podcast is all you need. Shout out to you guys. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you next week. Peace. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.